Hello and welcome to Odds on League and Match Day 2. We are back with the French League. Alain Valnegri, 7 out of 9 games were only 1-0. And some surprises, for instance, 𝐿𝐵𝐴𝐴 Marseille losing in the first game.
Yes, it was a really strange first journey. We saw not a lot of goals, but we saw team with clear idea, with a way of play. It's more the accurate in front of the goal. We saw occasion. We saw team create occasion. We saw surprise. Marseille lose in Rennes, where they play all the second half with a player more. And yes, we must to check. We must to analyze now to understand the identity of every team. The first journey are always difficult to predict, but we are here to give advice and try to give his best.
Which was the team that you liked the most?
The game in Brest Lille, I really liked the game because it was a game with a lot of goals. Lens play a very interesting game against Lyon. They lose 1-0, and Monaco. But Monaco, we must wait because Monaco against Le Havre. I think Le Havre is one of the weakest team in this Ligue 1, and I wait more about Strasbourg because in the individual analysis is a really good squad, and I think Strasbourg will be one of the most funny team this season in Ligue 1.
Let's go and look for the best tips in this match day 2 in Ligue 1. Remember, guys, of course, show us some love as you did in the previous video. So, of course, press the like, subscribe to our channel. Don't forget to press the ring, the bell, so you get notifications whenever we publish a new video. And now let's go on with the show. Well, as we said at the beginning, 7 out of 9 games, only 1-0, so both teams to score no was a very good idea in the first match day. And we only saw plenty of goals in 2 games. It was not the case of the last game we saw last match day, last weekend. I'm talking about the Nantes PSG. PSG beat Nantes 1-0. Vitinha scored. We had our doubts before the video because, of course, PSG played the European Super Cup. They went to extra 2 penalties in this case to win the first trophy of the season. As we all know, they didn't have any rest since they were playing until end of July in the Club World Cup. So now Alain is kind of work in progress. They are in pre-season. We saw 𝐬𝐵𝐴𝐴 on goal, for instance, making some mistakes in the Super Cup against Tottenham Hotspur, and we are seeing also 𝐋𝐞𝐿, for instance, having an important role in this start of the season. For 𝐜𝐿𝐴𝐧𝐧𝐞𝐿, it was an important win against Paris FC because it's almost like a 6-pointer in their first game against another team from the capital, like Paris FC.
Yes, first with Paris Saint-Germain. The biggest question is when Paris Saint-Germain will have maybe something a little down, no? Because the schedule is terrific for Paris Saint-Germain. They practically don't have holiday. The rhythm of the game are really high, and now I am curious to see how Paris Saint-Germain will be managed. That you have the squad, you have 20 players can make the difference, and maybe in Ligue 1 we will see the weakest version of the team, because Luis Enrique said our objective is win a second champions, and that one make us understand well the turnover, or which type of turnover Luis Enrique will doing during the season. Now, Angers, the last season, Angers was a very good away team. They start well against PFC. They play 30 minutes in the second half with 10 players, but they concede the field, but they don't concede really dangerous occasion. Is a team feel comfortable with a low block, and that one is a big advantage for Angers in that type of the game, because they don't need to make the game. And last season we see Angers suffer, especially when they need to make the game. This season nothing will be changed. Is the team really similar than the last season? Now, without Mouton, because he's a defensive midfielder, really important for Angers, especially in that type of games. Maybe in the midfield without the ball, but in spite of that, I predict a PSG really dominant with really high percent of possession, and I see a lot of corner. For that reason, I choose corner market over 8.5 corner, odds 1.67.
This is the game on Friday. For Saturday, we have Olympique Marseille Paris FC with OM, as we said at the beginning, having a bad start of the season, losing to Rennes. They played the second half with one player more, but they ended up losing the game in the very last minutes in Rawson Park. Paris FC, they lost the first game. Alain is still not playing at home and now playing in a very difficult stadium like the 𝐵ELODROME.
Yes, no, but for Olympique de Marseille is a really bad start. We know the atmosphere, the passion in Marseille, always difficult to working when you are not winning, especially the first game against a good Rennes, really organized and with a clear idea about the type of football they want to play. Now, Marseille have a lot of suffer some fighting in the vestiary between Rowe and Rabiot. They're off of the team. We don't know for how many days. In my opinion, Rowe will be leave soon. Marseille. Rabiot is untouchable. He's one of the biggest player and the leader in charismatic way in that vestiary, and the Derby can't play without Rabiot. Now we wait the beginning of Paixão from Feyenoord against PFC. We don't know if he will be available, but something must change in the attitude. In the attitude, we know in Marseille when they played at home, the team have always more passion and is a different team. To put pressure to the PFC, Marseille, in my opinion, will start really with a lot of pressure and with a really high intensity. PFC start really bad the first half in Angers, especially the first 15 minutes after they improve a little, but with that attitude in Marseille, it can be really dangerous for the second team of the capital. It's a special game for Maxime Lopez, former Olympique de Marseille player, and is back with a team from Paris. And I am really curious to check how the fans will be received the ex-talent former player. For that reason, I think, in my opinion, Marseille will be start really hard the game. I choose over 1.25 goals in the first half. If Marseille score 1 goal or Paris PSG score 1 goal, we have the money back, odds 2.10.
All right, Asian handicap for this game. If you have doubts, by the way, about what means Asian handicap, 1.25, for instance, we are playing about halves here. So if there is 1 goal, actually you get half a loss. In this case, we have a video in the channel where you can check all the possibilities about Asian handicap, sometimes a bit complicated to understand. On Saturday, not far from Marseille in Nice, Alain, we are in August and it's very nice to be in the Côte d'Azur. We have Nice Auxerre, despite the good weather in Nice, the start of the season couldn't be worse for them. Out of the Champions League, they lost to Benfica 2-0 and 2-0 in both games, 4-0 on aggregate, and they lost to Toulouse at home 1-0. So again, couldn't be worse. You mentioned at the beginning that the owner is not investing money after the great success of last season, and for Auxerre was a positive win, 3 points, beating Lorient in the first game.
Yes, Nice is strange because the friendly game was not bad during this summer. They won most of them. They was only against St. Pauli. They played against Feyenoord, against some Sheffield United, Cercle de Bruges. All game with victory, and since they start to play official game, 3 defeats, 0 goal score. Now Diego Carlos from Basel is signing yesterday, and he probably can play the game against Auxerre. In my opinion, Auxerre can be catch positive results in Nice, but we will be take so many risks, and we will be choose both teams to score odds 1.80.
Well, both teams to score. Remember, in match day 1, we only saw it in 2 games. And the last game we have on Saturday is Lyon Metz. Actually, both of the games these teams played last weekend was 1-0. Positive for Lyon, Alain. Winning in Lens, always very difficult, and with a great player like 𝐿𝐵𝐿𝐴 scoring the winner and making the difference. Metz coming back to Ligue, and they lost to Strasbourg, also 1-0.
Yes, the feeling are really different because Lyon in Lens suffer a lot, especially in the second half when 𝗀𝗏𝗏 entered in the field. We saw Lyon suffer in defense, but Lyon have a good goalkeeper. He played a brilliant game, the camp. And Lyon, in the offensive way, that have always a solution. And we said that, but Lyon was without 𝗏𝗏𝗏 in the attack, and 𝗏𝗏𝗏 is really important for this game. This season we will be discover 𝐿𝐴𝐧𝐧𝐞𝐿, another talented midfielder, offensive midfielder of the academy of Lyon, and that one maybe Fonseca have found some key to be more concrete. We will be checked during the next week, but it's a really important victory for Lyon, winning in against a really good loss. In spite of in change, Metz was really poor against Strasbourg. It was a derby. Metz missed goal. Metz must to make something in the market to improve the average of goal, because against Strasbourg we see a team really poor with the ball. Only 2 shoot on the goal in the game, but 0 on the target, and with a poor possession ball percent. Difficult for Metz right now to have to be confident with Metz. For that reason, I choose Lyon winning with the handicap -1, odds 2.08.
Okay, so they need to win by a 2-goal margin for you to win the bet. Yeah. If it's only for 1 goal, you get your money back. Games on Sunday, Alain, we start with a derby, Lorient Rennes in Bretagne. Lorient back to Ligue 1 and lost to Auxerre, as we said before. The opposite for Rennes. 𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏 scored the winner in the last minutes of the game. It was a great success beating 𝗵𝐵𝐿𝐴 Marseille, playing with 1 player less since 𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏 was sent off in the first half, Alain.
Yes, Rennes, interesting winning, especially the team played 60 minutes with 10 players, but the team was really compact. The block work really well. Transition, really fast in transition, and that one without 𝐿𝐿𝐴, who is left to direction to Premier. And yes, Rennes will be a difficult team to move this season. We see a low block is not directly in relation with the philosophy of Rennes, who normally is offensive football, but they found that model of play last season, and the second part was better for Rennes. And winning against Marseille is the best news can have 𝗵𝗵𝗿𝗲𝗍 about his idea of football. Now, in Lorient is a derby. Lorient deserve something more in Auxerre. They dominated the possession. They shot a lot the goal, but they was not so accurate in the finalization. And for this game in Lorient, they feel really strong. This game is one of the most important game for the fans of Lorient. High grade of motivation, team play with confidence, and Rennes will be suffer too in Lorient. And for that reason, I choose the both team to score two for this game. Odds 1.75.
All right, from this derby, we go to Le Havre playing against Lens. You mentioned at the beginning how Le Havre could struggle this season. They lost to Monaco 3-1 in the opening game. So two teams with 0 points, since Lens also got a defeat against Lyon. Now they are really favorite, actually, the away team, with odds around 2 to win.
Yes, it's strange. I'm pretty surprised about that, but maybe lost his goal now. Some problem in relationship with the goal, and maybe that one can be have an influence with the bookmaker. Loss is really favorite for this game. With Metz, in my opinion, Le Havre was the worst team in the first journey. Poor idea in offensive way. A team thinking only to defend his goal, and that one in Ligue normally is not enough. Le Havre must to recover his version away, where there was brilliant last season and where they saved the category. Now against Lens, Lens attack a lot from the wing. Lens is dominant in the combination in the external play, and Le Havre defend with a low block. For that reason, I choose market goal over 5.5 corners for Lens. Odds 1.72.
Next game is Strasbourg Nantes. Strasbourg had a good start beating Metz, and 𝗵𝗵𝗍𝗍, a player that I mentioned actually in our previous video coming from La Liga, had an impact since he scored the winner in the debut with Strasbourg, coming from Alavés, coming from Mirandés in Segunda División last season, scoring plenty of goals. And Nantes lost to PSG as expected, Alain.
Yes, we don't. Well, not we see an anorexic version of Nantes with the ball, and PSG don't have the capacity to change the rhythm of the game. PSG was generous in his intention, offensive intention. Strasbourg, I said at the beginning of the show, must to be one of the funniest team in this Ligue. In Metz, we saw Strasbourg with high sequences of possession of the ball, but not a team to create really dangerous occasion. and the fact that the most dangerous was the goal. But except that, they don't create a lot of dangerous occasion. And my question is, when Strasbourg this season must to attack low block, there will have that problem to generate, or it was the derby, the first game in the season, a lot of new players signing during the summer, and now the team search is best version in the collective perspective. We don't know. We will be fixed quickly in the next week. Not now is clearly a team with a lot of difficulty. During the summer, they lose the last 4 games of preparation against PFC, Angers, Rennes, and Guingamp, and we saw the same problem like the last season in Nantes. No improve, and for that reason, Strasbourg, in my opinion, is really favorite, and I choose Strasbourg winning odds 1.85.
Yeah, still good odds to back the home team. Next game is Toulouse, Brest. Here the bookies place Toulouse as big favorites, 2.04 after beating Nice surprisingly with the goal scored by 𝐜𝐵 in the last minute. But Brest, you mentioned how the game against Lille was really entertaining, 3-3, so the best game of the weekend. We saw 𝗀𝗵𝐵 scoring a brace, and even the XG, the expected goals of Brest, was higher than Lille. So strange, no, to see these really, really big odds. Perhaps if you are looking for a bet to give you big money, Alain, this weekend, Brest to win is 4.2. It's a lot.
Yes, it can be. It's possible. It's possible because Brest can compete with every team in Ligue 1, maybe except Paris Saint-Germain, like we saw last season in Champions League. But warning, because against Lille, there was really bad the first 30 minutes with 2 goals. But a team with 2 goals down can have that type of reaction. Is a team with character, and that one is a good news for 𝐬𝐵 because the team follow his manager. The team have solution, and the team is a team who will have a lot of benefit about the last season, the experience in Champions League. In my opinion, Brest will be doing a really good season in this Ligue 1. In challenge, Toulouse, I don't see a brilliant team in Nice. I saw a team in the line of the friendly game where Toulouse was really poor. Toulouse, in my opinion, Martinez Novel, his cycle is finished, but Toulouse was lucky in Nice. They conceded the possession of the ball. Nice was not accurate in the finalization, and Toulouse was not dangerous because they don't generate any really dangerous occasion. They wait his moment, and in a transition, 𝐜𝐵 scored the goal who deserved to win this game. But in spite of that, I follow to see the same problem in Toulouse. And for that reason, in the collective analysis, Brest is better today. And for that reason, I choose the double chance. X2, odds 1.95.
And the last game of this match day 2 is Lille Monaco on Sunday, 8:45. Great game, this one. Jonathan David went to Juventus, so we had doubts about Lille and about how they were able to score goals. Well, Alain, 3 goals in the first game against Brest. Even Olivier Giroud scored his first goal. Also, you had some doubts about his performance in Ligue 1 after his spell in the US, and Monaco also, as you mentioned, They were able to beat 3-1 Le Havre. One of the signings, Dyer, scored a goal coming from Bayern Munich, and we didn't see Pogba or Ansu Fati, for instance.
Yes, for Pogba and Fati, for Pogba is October, and Fati we don't know. We don't know when the former Barcelona player can be back. Yes, it's a beautiful game. It's a really beautiful game. The best game, I think. Lille in the first journey lose 2 points because when you are winning 2-0 in Ligue, you must be able to manage the score. But good answer about Lille. I had some doubt before the first game, especially in the offensive phase. I see a brilliant 𝗀𝗀𝗀, the winger from Norway, who came from Rosenborg, really high level. And for Giroud is the best to have a winger with that quality in the assist. Félix Correa, a discreet game. I think he do the job we must, and Lille need more menace with that wing. And in the middle, I see a very good 𝐜𝐴Z𝐧𝐽𝐿 game, a really high level. With André is probably the best line in Lille is the midfield. André and 𝐿𝐴Z𝐧𝐽𝐿, maybe 𝐬𝐭𝐴Z𝐧𝐽𝐿 can be add a little more defensive player to have more density in the midfield, because Haraldsson score, but Haraldsson in defensive way is not the most defensive player. And we will be check. We follow the evolution about Lille, because it's an interesting team. Monaco, we know Monaco made a really strange market, because they want to sold Zakaria. Is one of the best player he was brilliant against Le Havre. In attack, maybe 𝐋𝐞𝐭 can believe to the team. I don't know what is the project in Monaco. I don't understand well the project. But in spite of that, is a team with talent, with quality, and with offensive mentality. And for that reason, I think is the goal market game. The next journey, I choose over 2.75 goals.
Okay, goals for this last game, Lille-Monaco, really interesting, really high odds, both for Lille to win, for the draw, or even for Monaco, 2.2 to win at the Decathlon Arena. Well, guys, remember that you can post your own tips in Oddspedia and participate in our tipster competitions. It's absolutely free to participate, and you can win some cash prizes. We have our monthly competition, and of course we have Rivals, where you can create your own tipster competitions and challenge your friends. Alain Valnegri, last week our international ACCA was correct, since all the tipsters, you guys, had your safe bet correct. So let's try 1 week more with the French ACCA and with the safe bet. First, the safe bet.
Lyon winning, odds 1.40.
And the ACCA?
Toulouse, Brest winning with handicap 1.25. Lens double chance X2. Strasbourg over 1.75 goals. Lille, Monaco, both teams to score for a total 4.85.
Okay, thank you, Alain Valnegri. Thanks everyone for watching. See you next week. Bye.